Hey friends, welcome back. So yay, I'm finally doing this video. So I've been getting so many questions on how to start YouTube. Can you really make money from YouTube and all, the ins and outs. So guess what? I am spilling the deets. And yes, by the title, for the very first time in all my years on YouTube, I am showing you guys exactly how much I make. Yes, okay? I'm gonna show you girls' earnings. Okay, so first off, guys, let's hop right into it. So everybody thinks like, oh, you're a YouTuber and you get into YouTube and you just make all this money. No, that is not how it works. When you first start YouTube, it does take time unless you are one of the lucky ones that just has a video that just takes off and goes viral. I do know someone that has happened to. And I'm happy for everybody. There's never a hating bone in my body for somebody that's doing better than me. Like, there's enough money for us all to win. So I do try to help as many people as I can. I have a lot of friends, family. They all come at me. They want help and how to start. And I'm all for helping anybody. So let's get started. So when you first start, of course, you're going to have to create a YouTube account. Now, since I started YouTube years ago, things have changed. Now, I can't tell you for certain exactly the views, but you have to have so many views before you can start getting paid on YouTube. So when I first started, I don't remember it had to be like that, but I know that it changed. But it's not like an outrageous number. I think it's like 5,000 or something like that. But that is something that you have to do. So another thing is, a lot of people always ask me about my cameras. So currently I'm filming with my iPhone. I have been using my iPhone filming for the last almost 3 years. So I've had so many cameras, so many cameras. I've had video cameras, I have vlog cameras, I've had big Canon 60D. That was my favorite camera. Unfortunately, if you've been with me for a minute or if you don't know, last Christmas, I left the camera on the back of my cousin's car. I got out of the car and I left it on the back. And we drove off and it fell off, and her husband drives 18-wheelers and he drove over it. I was not mad at all because it was my fault, but unfortunately this $2,000 camera that I had was into 1,000 pieces. So you could not even save it. It was gone. So anyways, another camera that I have is going to be this Canon Rebel T3. A lot of people have this camera. This camera usually always goes on sale on Black Friday. You can vlog with this camera. I will just tell you that it's not necessary to go out and spend $300-400 on a camera, especially if you have an iPhone. You can definitely film with your iPhone. The downfall to that happens to me. So I have 2 iPhones, and to know me is to know that I take a gazillion pictures. I take pictures of my kids every single day. But what happens is that I have a phone that has a whole bunch of storage, but I have to constantly delete, especially I get a lot of text messages with my friends, and we send pictures, we send videos to each other. So you have to constantly delete. I have to go in and always delete my storage. And it's normally my text messages, like the attachments. And then once I make a video, I have to delete it. And you have to go to the deleted file and delete it. And sometimes you have to power your phone off for it to clear out and then cut your phone back on. So every time I make a video, I upload right then and there and I delete the footage. I don't need it anymore. So that's what happens when you're filming with your phone. Now, if you guys just want to go out and buy a camera, you can, but you can actually get on Amazon and just get a little Sony camera. I think they cost $199. You might get them cheaper. That's if you want to. Again, if you're just starting out, I always say you need to make money before you can spend money. So if you're able to film with your phone that you already have and you've already paid for, why not just go ahead and use that? Another good thing if you have an iPhone is you have iMovie on your iPhone. So I do use currently iMovie to edit. I do not own a Mac. I don't know if I actually want to even invest in a Mac, maybe in the future, but I'm able to do just the simple effects on iMovie, like split screen, add in a picture. You're able to do that on iMovie. So you don't have to have all of this special editing software. I know a lot of people do, but it's not necessary. When I first started, and I still use it if I absolutely have to, on my home computer, which is the HP, I have Movie Maker on there. Now, Movie Maker is free. I don't know if you can get it anymore. I know that I couldn't download it on my laptop, but I had it on years ago and I still use it. And if you're one of the ones that have Movie Maker, you can definitely do it. Now, for me, I used to love going in the store, filming with my camera, and then coming home and editing the videos, but it's very time consuming, and you know, I just don't have that kind of time anymore. So I do just edit with my phone. I go to the store, bada boom, bada bam, I'm straight to the point and I upload. But if you're going to be starting a different channel and you want the effects and you want all of that, then you know, you're going to have to either have editing software, but again, if you have a Mac, iMovie, it's really easy to use, or a Movie Maker are one of the ones. I know that there's some more, but those are just the only two that I'm familiar with. Now, another thing that I'll tell you guys, if you do plan on getting a camera like this, and if you do have one with a viewfinder, if you're not familiar with the viewfinder is that on the back of the camera right here, it opens and you can actually look at it when you're filming. A lot of people, what I see when they are filming, they're looking at the viewfinder instead of in the lens. You want to look directly into the lens when you are filming, because if you go back and you watch the video and you're looking at yourself the whole time in the viewfinder, you're going to be looking this way instead of actually in the camera. And now a lot of people don't realize that, but I do, especially if I watch someone else's video. So again, it's not necessary to have a big camera, but if you want one, you can definitely do it. But I always say, and I'll say this again, make money before you spend money. So wait until you get your first YouTube check before you go out and just spend all of this money on all of this equipment. You can actually get on Amazon. You can get a ring light. You can get a bundle like with a ring light, a stand, all of that. They also have stands for your cell phones. They have ring lights for your cell phone. So, you know, you can get a tripod for your phone. You don't have to get like this fancy stuff to start out. All right, so we got that part out of the way. All right, so another thing is, so currently I have 114,000 subscribers. So I hit 100,000 last year. When you hit 100,000 on YouTube, it's a huge accomplishment, because that is when you get your first plaque. Actually, let me go get my plaque so I can show you guys. All right, so I was really excited about this, and this to me is just like a huge accomplishment. So keep on in with Toni, and it says for passing 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. So again, and there's little YouTube symbol. I was very proud of this, and I still am, because I worked my ass off for this. So that is a huge accomplishment, and I think once you hit 250,000, that's another subscriber. So another thing that a lot of people think is that, oh my gosh, you have to have all of these subscribers to get paid. No. What matters on YouTube is the views, not the subscribers. Okay? Of course, yes, subscribers help, but if you have someone that has 100,000 subscribers but nobody really watches their videos, but you have somebody with 50,000 subscribers but on every single video they're getting 100,000 views, that person is getting paid and the other person isn't. It's all on the views. So never get discouraged because someone has more subscribers than you. It's always the views. I currently have over 20 million views on YouTube, which is a lot. I remember when I hit my first million. When I tell you I hit that million, I was so excited. So the way your YouTube channel is going to take off, social media. My YouTube took off all by word of mouth. I never plugged on anyone's page saying, hey, go watch my videos. I never collabed with anybody in the beginning that I needed someone to help me. I did it all on my own, and that is one of the biggest accomplishments. And what I am so proud of on YouTube is that when I started, I bust my ass to get to where I was on YouTube, and I'm so thankful for it, and I appreciate every single person sharing my videos. Now with me, I was very lucky. I happened to be on the news 3 times in Houston. I was on Channel 13, so I was very lucky for that, because of course Channel 13 is like a huge news station, and I was able to film I think I filmed 2 segments at my house and 2 segments at the stores. I can't remember, but I want to say it was 2 segments at my house and 2 segments in the store, maybe something like that. But again, when it's shared on a news station like that, I was able to gain a lot of views and subscribers from that. So that is part of the way that my channel took off. And then also, again, people just were sharing my channel. Every time somebody gives you a thumbs up, that helps you. Even if you just put it on your Facebook page. I never used to really promote Facebook, YouTube on my personal Facebook, just because I kept my YouTube separate from that. But every now and then I do share videos on my YouTube channel. Not often, but sometimes I do. And then once those videos are getting shared, you never know. Somebody may have a family member that is in Detroit and they share it, and that person watches that video. So it's all about shares. Like, networking is just the way the world works now. So that's definitely going to be how your channel can take off and succeed. You want to make, and it's very overwhelming. I'm telling you to have so many social media accounts. So you just got to stay grounded and stick to one thing. Like, I love Instagram. I'm on Instagram so much, but Instagram doesn't pay me. I don't get paid for Instagram. I get paid to post on Instagram, but Instagram doesn't pay me. I get my money from Google. YouTube is owned by Google. Google owns it all. So once a month, I get a direct deposit, just like anybody else going to a job every day. I get a direct deposit in my account. So that is how YouTubers are paid, once a month. And your check goes in on 21st or 22nd. Just depends. But so once a month, you get paid from YouTube. So you get paid just like anybody else. So YouTube can become a career for some people, and it can be a full-time job. It's just what you put into it. You're your own boss, but just remember, everybody who watches your videos, that's how you're getting your money. You are depending on those people to watch your videos. So you have to decide what kind of content you want to put out, and you have to stay true to yourself. Just because somebody else is doing videos does not mean that everybody's going to like your videos. Stay true to yourself and never try to be like the next person, because people are going to see right through you. I promise. One thing that people respect about me, and if you ever bump into anybody that sees me, I'm the same person on camera, off camera. I never try to portray someone who I'm not on camera just for views. I don't put up videos just for views, and I don't clickbait. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with clickbait, because of course people are going to watch. So definitely make sure you're true to yourself and you're true to your channel, because if you want this to be a career, you're going to have to invest all of your time in it, and it's very time consuming, because you want to make sure that you're putting out the right kind of content. So those are some tips that I can help you with as far as that. Another thing, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to create a Google AdSense account. So Google AdSense is basically like your YouTube bank account. That's where you're going to go in. That's where all your payment stuff is going to go. So with Google AdSense, it's linked to your bank account. So you can go in and say, so for me, YouTube is a part of my income. So like if I'm applying for a car or whatever, I have to print off my pay stubs. So I have to print my pay stubs from Google AdSense, and then that's how I, show that, okay, this is how much money I make in a month. So again, the Google AdSense is going to be how you look at your payments, and again, that's linked to your checking account, and then bada boom, bada bam, that's how that's done. Another thing is that I would tell you guys to do your research on what kind of stuff you want to do. Like, if you want to talk about money, you're good with investing. A lot of people, you're good with stocks. People want to hear about it. You can find anything on YouTube. If I want to learn how to fix something, you know where I go? YouTube. If I want to learn how to cook something, where do you go? YouTube. People want to learn how to coupon and save money. Where do they go? YouTube. I hope you're watching me, by the way. So yeah, definitely just stick to what you want to do, because people are going to watch you for who you are. I would say, just like when you go to the movies, when you go into the movie theater and you watch a movie, I know for me, the first 5 minutes, that person has to catch my attention, or I'm bored. So you want to make sure that your audience is going to catch your attention, because if you were watching something and they bored you, you're not going to watch it. So because I've been doing this for a while, people know that I have kids. Sometimes my kids are in the background, sometimes they aren't. It just depends. But if, like right now, it would be a distraction if I had Rain in here. Nobody's going to want to watch that if Rain is in the background crying or whatever the case may be. So I always try to make sure that, there's no distractions. You just want to make sure, that your videos are something that you would watch. And you also have to make sure, what you're going to be putting out there and what you're willing to risk. Are you willing to risk your freedom? That's another thing. I sold my soul to the devil. That's what YouTube is. When I first got on YouTube, I really didn't show my family. I just showed myself. But then it became something that, you know, it turned into like a family channel. And then my kids just became a part of it. And that's one of the things that, you know, I've always kind of like, it was like a blessing and a curse, you know. My life became public on YouTube. So there's times, but it doesn't affect me. But I get judged. I get called names. I get called a bad mom. I get called all kinds of stuff. But at the end of the day, I got thick skin and it doesn't bother me. But it's just people coming and going. At the end of the day, my fans love me. Like, they've been rocking with me since day one. So just make sure that, you know, make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. You know, everybody wants to make easy money, and it's not easy. And sometimes you can read comments and the comments can get to you. Just don't let that stuff bother you. Just let it go in one ear and out the other, or just brush it off your shoulders. Because at the end of the day, you don't even know these people. You know, like, some of the people just come on and they just comment. They don't like you for whatever the case may be. Don't let that bother you. So just go in, stay determined. And like, if you're consistent, which you have to be consistent with, stay consistent and it will come to you. What's meant for you is going to be for you. So just stay consistent. If you're going to upload once a week, you're going to upload once a week. But just remember, if somebody else is uploading twice a week and they're doing the same stuff that you're doing and they're more entertaining than you, they're going to go to that channel and watch that channel. So you need to be consistent. I fell off with consistency. I used to get 30,000 views on a video, no question. But unfortunately, life happened for me. I went through a divorce. I had a kid. My life changed. I went through shit. I went through life. So I know that I lost a lot of views. However, I am still very fortunate to make good money on YouTube and also pick up the sponsorships. So just be consistent. So I am very consistent now. But again, I had fell off and then, you know, things happen. So just be consistent with your channel. That is one of the main things. Be consistent. Don't post this week and then 3 weeks you're not going to post. And then you're like, oh, hey guys, I'm back. And then you wonder why nobody's watching your videos. You have to be consistent. And if you're going to stick with something, stick with it. If you're going to do makeup, do makeup. Don't do makeup and then tomorrow you want to do couponing and then the next day you want to do pranks. You know, your followers are following you for a reason because they like what you do. For me, I just happen to do a lot of stuff. Sometimes I want to cook. The other day I chopped lettuce on camera. Why? Because I got a new chopper and I wanted to ask my fans if they like this chopper or if they knew how to do this. So my channel pretty much has mainly couponing, but I do post other stuff, you know, vlogs or whatever the case may be. And if you want to be a vlogger, just think. There's daily vloggers that I like to watch, and I don't watch them like as much as I should because I don't watch TV a lot. But daily vloggers, they banking, okay? They banking. Mukbangers are banking. Can somebody please watch me eat crab legs all day? Because I would love to bring in the income that they make freaking eating crab legs all day. So yeah. So I think I went over the basics. Okay. And then I'm going to show you guys now how much I make. So let's go to my Google AdSense. Well, no, let's go to YouTube. All right. So YouTube Studio is basically where everything is at. And when you go to your YouTube Studio, that's basically where all your personal information is. And so under the analytics, that is where you're going to see your money. So let's go. All right, guys. So I have it covered up. As you can see, it says your channel has gotten 20,427,588 views. All right. So this is my channel. Okay. So as you can see, I'm not lying. And are you ready for the number? You ready? Are you ready? Because this is real. Boom. This is how much that I have been blessed with on YouTube, guys. Okay. It's not a lie. It's real money. I have grossed over $92,900 on YouTube. All right. And it's real. it's real, guys. You can definitely make money on YouTube. So that is how much I have made. All right, guys. So now you know the amount. Again, I've never shown that on YouTube. So now let's talk about sponsorships. So yes, so once a month we get paid from YouTube, from Google. Google is the one that is on your paper you file your taxes with, your 1099, Google. All of that comes from Google. So another thing that you can get paid, how you make money on YouTube, is through sponsorships. So a lot of times when you start getting bigger and bigger on YouTube, companies will reach out to you. You got to make sure that you are not being scammed, and do not click on everything you read. Make sure you are reading something. Don't sign up with these companies that want to manage you, because you do not need that, because they are going to get a cut of your money. I see a lot of people that do that. Fortunately, I was pretty smart when I started out. And one of the things when you start out on YouTube, you can't pick up the phone and call someone and say, hey, how do I do this? Because YouTube doesn't work like that. You kind of just have to watch a lot of people's videos and research. That is exactly what I did. I researched every single thing, everything. So, sponsorships. Now, I can tell you how much I make on YouTube, but I'm not allowed to tell you how much I make on sponsorships, just because you sign contracts and we can't give out that information. But as far as YouTube, I'm allowed to tell you that stuff. So when it comes to your sponsorships, you basically set an amount. So once you set that amount, the company can work with you or not, or I should say the brand. I will tell you this. You set your amount for whatever you want to set your amount to. My amount is not less than $1,000 at all. Point blank, period. So I make more, but I can't tell you how much more. So yes, so I do have a rate, and I stick with that rate. So every time a company reaches out to me to do work, I'm going to take my money off the rip, because again, the brand is paying you. And if your fans are going to purchase something from these companies, they're getting paid a lot more than you are getting paid for that. So you set your price, and they either want to work with you or they don't, or they will negotiate. So getting picked up by sponsors is a great thing. Now, some months you can get picked up by 3-4 sponsorships. Other months you may not have any. So I've been very fortunate the last couple of months that I've been picked up by sponsors, and I've been working with sponsorships and doing videos. So I've been very blessed when it comes to that. So yeah, so sponsorships. You can also sign up through Grapevine. Grapevine is for YouTubers, Instagrammers. If you have big accounts, you can go on to Grapevine and you can just log in, and then they have different companies on there. Like, you can do different deals with different brands, and they will basically, you can apply for it. So once you apply for it, they'll either approve you or deny you. And sometimes through Grapevine, these brands don't pay as much, but if you want to start out somewhere with sponsorships, that's a good way to start. And then the bigger you get, the more of the bigger brands will start reaching out to you. Like, for instance, I've worked with Olay. I've worked with coupons.com recently. I've worked with Crazy Coupon Lady. If you guys are familiar with them, absolutely love them. Oh my gosh. When I first talked to Joni on the phone, I was starstruck, because I couldn't believe that I was actually talking to her on the phone, on my cell phone. It was crazy, because I follow them and watch them for so long, and here I am now working with them. So I was very, very happy when they reached out to me. I was also featured on their Instagram, and on their website. So that was pretty awesome. So YouTube is an amazing, amazing job. It is amazing. I love it. It is a career for me. I do have to work so hard every single day to make sure that, I have a goal that I try to reach every single month. So you have to wake up, you have to coupon, you have to be consistent, and then I have to get the videos out. It's just like going to work. You don't get any days off, and fortunately, for couponers, there's usually always a deal rolling around. So it just depends on what kind of content you want to have. So I've told you guys the cameras. I've told you guys, getting on Amazon. I've told you about Google AdSense, starting your YouTube channel. As far as creating, like, it starts with Gmail, then you create your YouTube account. Then you'll need to create, make sure you have a good picture that's up there for your thumbnail, your background, all of that. YouTube Studio is where everything is. I told you about the editing software. So I think I kind of like went over everything, but it's just a lot of research, guys. So it's definitely a lot of research. I'll do my best to answer any questions that you guys have below, but I think I kind of hit everything, which everybody always wants to. A lot of people just basically want to know, is it real? Do you make money every month? How much money do you make? That's what people really want to know. But yeah, so yes, I hope that this is helpful for anyone that is starting out. I wish you guys the best. Don't give up. When I first started, I never had any plans on being a famous YouTuber whatsoever. None. Not one. I was uploading one video. And then a couple of months later, I was like, oh, I still have that YouTube channel. Let me upload another video. And then after that, I started getting a lot of views and people were asking for more videos. So then I started uploading, and I will never forget, I was laying on the couch on a Saturday, the day that I hit 500 subscribers. And I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, 500 people are watching my videos. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I was so excited. And then after that, it was like the next week I hit 1,000. And I was like, it was just going and going and going and going. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. Like every single week I was getting 1,000 new subscribers. And if you follow my channel, you guys already know I've never called my fans subscribers. I've always called them my friends. But for the purpose of making this video, please forgive me. I did say subscribers, but it was like 1,000 a week, and I was mind blown of how fast it was going, and I couldn't believe that this many people liked watching me. And getting spotted at the stores, and one time I was in the mall and I was buying food, and this lady just ran up to me and she grabbed me, and I was like, what the fuck? And she was like, oh my God, I can't believe that I'm seeing you. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, hi. And then, so, it's very rewarding to know that people are so thankful for everything that you do. And if you have a platform, it's always nice to use it. I live in Orlando now, but I lived in Texas all my life. And one of the things I did when Hurricane Harvey hit really, really bad, and, we got flooded out so bad in Texas, one of the things that I did was I raised a lot of money on my YouTube channel. Just by my fans giving money and sending gift cards, and sending donations, and I showed every single receipt. Everything I went and shopped for, I bought socks, I bought clothes, I bought school supplies. And my sister was teaching at this school, and there was another school in Oklahoma. I had a whole school district, okay, an entire school district come from Oklahoma to Texas to donate uniforms, school supplies to the entire school. Do you know how rewarding that was for me? Like, it was amazing being able to do something like that. Just little old me, I didn't get paid to do any of that, but that was my city. My city was underwater, and I wanted to do anything that I could because it was sad. I mean, we were crying seeing everybody lose everything and people were dying. So it was very rewarding for me. I used to do a lot of donations, but unfortunately I stopped couponing like I did. So I always say, if you're in a situation to give back and you're doing something big on your channel like that, definitely be able to give back, because it's really rewarding to know that you do something to help others. And, they see you in public and they just want to say thank you, So I really appreciate it when my fans come up to me in the store. They'll tell you I'm the same on camera, off camera. I'm always going to hug them, stop, talk to them, whatever the case may be, because I appreciate them every single time. I'm on their work computer, I'm on their cell phone, I'm on their living room TV. I appreciate every single person that takes the time out of their day to watch my videos. So I hope that this is helpful, guys. If y'all have any more questions in the comments, let me know. I think I pretty much went over everything. I should have kind of wrote everything down, but I didn't. So I kind of winged this, just basing it off of, me starting out. But yeah, so again, I wish you guys the best. Thank y'all so much for watching. I love you to the moon and back, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. And don't talk about my hair. I need to get my hair done. So I've been wearing a hat today. Bye, y'all.